Hey. Good morning, y'all. I don't know if any of my interviews recorded. I just noticed my SD card was full. But on Evansburg State Park today, I'm going to try to get a doe. I got my bow. I have the muzzleloader in the truck through. There's a couple guys up here in this piece, and they're going to be sitting in there, and it's likely that they'll push something right to me. So, I'll show you what I've got going on here, and I'll settle in for my hunt. Guys, I just shot one. I couldn't get it on camera. They came running through. I had to stop them. That was exciting. There's the other one. They both stopped up there. I hit her a little back. That's the second doe. There's two small does. Either the one crashed or she laid down. I hit her pretty far back, but I don't know if she went down or laid down or what. There's the other one standing there. Happened quick. Couldn't get the camera on. I kind of figured that might happen. See how long it takes her. Told myself I wasn't going to be picky. It's getting close to the end of the season. I needed a little bit more meat for the freezer. And on this public land like this, I was happy to take a smaller deer. But here comes this other doe. I don't think she knows what's going on. Okay guys, so I'm just sitting down on this bottom and I just shot that doe. The deer came where I was hoping they'd come from, in there where a bunch of guys, the two guys with flintlocks went in this morning. And this pinches down in between a house behind me and this river out there. So those two deer came down running, and I had no time to put the camera on. And I got them to finally stop. And right there, I got the second one to stop, which is about 25 yards. And put the 20-yard pin on her, let it go, and it hit. And they ran straight back here and stopped. And I think the one laid down or just fell straight over that I hit. The other one just lingered around and walked around in here, as you saw in the footage. But just wanted to run down and tell you how it went down. I'll get down here in a minute and go see what's going on. I knew if I got out here on Saturday, there's a good chance they would get pushed in daylight and come through here, and sure enough, that's what happened. I'm gonna get down and give it a look. Alright, go walk up to the shot. The other dude just ran off while I was calming down. I didn't think she saw me. I think she was just getting out of there. But I walk up to where I shot. I'm going to try to walk up on this thing if it's laying down. If it's dead, that's great. Just standing right in here somewhere. See my arrow? It Doesn't look coated though. Maybe guts. I'll put the camera down. Check it out. Well, guys, not ideal. Looks like it was a gut shot, maybe liver and gut, liver punch. I got up to where I thought that she'd be laying, and she jumped up and couldn't get another shot with the bow. She walked off another 20 yards real slow. There's decent blood. My arrow is completely covered in gut matter, and there is a blood trail, but I didn't push her too much further after I jumped her. She just jumped off and then walked slowly off. So I'm hoping she beds back down. I'm going to give her another hour or two. I'll get all my stuff back to the truck, get organized, and then break out the muzzle loader and take up the track. And maybe I can put her down if she decides to get back up. So wish me luck. Hopefully it works out. Well, I'm back at the truck. I'll give it a couple hours, and then I'm gonna go back in with my pack, my arrow. You can see this one here. It's just got no blood, just a little bit of hair and matter. There was no blood for actually there's blood pretty much right off the bat. Kind of darker blood. I found a little bit of bubbles in one of the spots where she bedded. It didn't look like she bled a whole lot. When she got up, when I bumped her, she was bleeding a little bit, enough that I can follow it pretty easy. I think if I give this deer a couple hours, she'll be good, but I'm going to take the muzzle loader in case I have to have a follow-up shot. The bow's just too hard and it's too thick in there. I hope she beds back down. She didn't make it very far once I bumped her, and I'm hoping that she only walked maybe 100 yards and laid back down. That's the hope. So next time you see me, I'll either have a deer or a sad report. So we'll see you then. Well, I ended up trailing that deer about 700, 800 yards, and blood started thinning out, and I crossed the road to look and didn't find, jumped a couple deer, came back up to the hill where I found less blood, and looked around on top, and as I was giving up hope and was literally turning around to leave, I look over at the bush that on this trail, and she's laying inside this bush still alive. So I'll give her some time, and not too much. If I have to, I'll take matters into my own hand and use my blades to finish the job. It may be the most humane thing to do at this point. But that's the reality of hunting. Sometimes you don't make the best shots. I killed 2 this year. Really good shots. I'm really proud of that. This one was just 2-3 inches back further than it needed to be, and pretty sure it's guts and maybe a little liver. And the deer can't even move, so I may just go finish it off. But well, I got the job done. Just all gutted out. Just cut away where the guts were touching any of the meat. Probably the only reason I found this deer is because I did hit mid-body and liver, and that's the only way I was able to follow such a decent blood trail. Glad I got her. Season's over. Here she lays. I had to finish her off, but I think that was the most humane thing to do at that point. And I'm gonna go get the truck and close out here. So thanks for following along. Well, y'all, thank you for watching, and just wanted to bring up a couple things. So 2 mistakes I made on this hunt, something to learn from, is I kind of knew that deer was gut shot. I had a feeling that the arrow looked like it was very far back, and in hindsight, being a smaller deer, I wouldn't have clipped back lungs because all her vitals are way more far forward in a smaller deer than you'd think. So the margin for error is a lot tighter. So in hindsight, I probably should have just known that she bedded down right there and backed out, come back in 3 or 4 hours. I ended up tracking that deer 730 some yards. Uh, she crossed like basically a small creek system, well, a large creek system that's probably 50 yards wide, and up a hill and up a side hill, before she bedded down and couldn't go anymore. And it just goes to show you also how they can blend into their environment so well. I mean, she was still alive, and I probably walked by that deer within 30, 40 yards of it, probably 3 or 4 times, before almost giving up. And as I was giving up, walking back, I just happened to look into this thicker area. It was just one little thick spot in the middle of the woods. Sure enough, she was laying in it. And it just goes to show you that they can blend in so well. And also that, when you probably didn't make a great shot, there's no reason to push them like I did. But it gets the better of you sometimes, and sometimes you just can't help but just go check. But moral of the story is, if you think you made a bad shot, you probably did, and you should probably back out and give the deer time, even knowing you may not want to. You feel like you're in a rush. If I hadn't had a road 50 yards from where she bedded and eventually died, I'd have been dragging that deer a good half a mile or more, and I'd had to drag her across a 3 foot deep creek as well. So, I got lucky in the fact that I did get the deer, and the deer expired next to a road, which made it a very easy pickup. But yeah, so lessons learned on that. I am tagged out, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this show. I know it wasn't the best with all the footage, but I did the best I could, knowing what was going to probably happen with those deer running through. And it was a fun hunt, and I did enjoy myself, and helped me with my tracking skills and sharpening those up. So I'm happy and glad that it all worked out for me. But hunting season now is over for me. It'll be closed here in 2 weeks, and I have filled all my tags that I want to fill, or can fill even. So, real happy about that. Glad you watched. So like and subscribe if you want, and we'll see you guys next September.